and significant going forward. I'm ready to go onward to excellence. Our mission is our veterans, honoring our veterans and healing our heroes. We must step up together. I invite you to take our organization to excellence. I hope, I expect that we work together as we go forward and do this. We do great things, but now let's go onward to excellence. Thank you. All right, some time for questions. What questions do you have? I know we don't have too much time, but you can also send in emails to us as leaders. Dr. Patterson will take some questions if you have. What questions do you have of us?
Mr. Clover, I have
Yes.
a question. Good presentation, lots of material there. The one thing I don't see and haven't seen in the 2.5 years I've been here concerns physician or provider retention. On sale, we have nursing turnover, and of course, as a nurse, we know how important we are. But I haven't seen anything, and personally, I've been affected that I received great care here 2 years ago. Both those providers are now gone. Yes, the other day I drove 50 miles to follow up with one of the providers. That's how good he was. So is provider retention and turnover monitored, and what's a plan for that?
So absolutely, thank you. Our turnover rate's about 10% overall, right? Not specific to physicians, but overall. That's a pretty good turnover rate. But there are areas, and there are different specific specialties that are very difficult to recruit for. We have those positions there to be able to do it. We've had some incentives. I've added some additional incentives to hire physicians. We have some opportunity in paying relocation dollars, which we have offered out there as well. We look at our salary dollars, and we've increased some of the salary dollars as well. As you said, or as you heard from Dr. Patterson, if you're going to make it rich here, you're not, right? And our physicians are not. Some of the physicians are lots more out in the community. So we have to look for other ways. Debt loan, I think we can go up to maybe Cheryl, Leslie, how much, if you know, for our for our physicians, is $160,000 now?
200.
How much?
200 for the Mission Act. 200.
200 for the Mission Act. 200,000 to take care of some student loans for some providers. So we are looking at that. We're looking at there's exit surveys to be able to determine what is having physicians leave, and to be able to determine, okay, how do we make sure we bolster that to be able to keep them? So great question.
Just one more, this is a compliment. So, since I went to that provider, I need an MRI. If I would have gone to the outside, the last time I needed one, it took 4 weeks. The order was put in by my PCP Wednesday, and yesterday, MRI called and I have an appointment next week.
Great.
So that's a great improvement. You know, getting an MRI scheduled within a week is quite an achievement. That would not happen anywhere in town.
Yep. Our new MRI here, right? Another one in Topeka, and in a couple of years, our PET CT in Topeka, which is going to be wonderful as well. Lee?
My question was going back to part of your presentation, very good by the way. You mentioned CPAP and the opportunity to capture some of that dollars from co-pays from our veterans that are, I presume, and I'm not totally intelligent on this, but less than 50% service connection. As I understand it, CPAC sets their own goals of only capturing a certain percentage of that dollars. Is that going to change that the facilities can set their own goals of that capturing of those dollars? Because to me, that seems like a great opportunity as I start learning the VA government finance way. But those dollars are not allocated specifically to projects, in which case that could assist the organization moving things around where they need it. Is that something that is in consideration?
Yeah and no. And you would think that you wouldn't be successful by lowering your expectations every year and achieving them. And we have fought that. The advantage we have is we think relationships are very important. So we work with central office and the people who oversee all the CPACs and try to maximize our expectation. And each medical center has one, and then we have one overall as a network. However, the point is, what we really want is for them to always exceed the expectations. So right now, as of the end of August, as a network, we're at 121% of the goal. So they have, in the past, we get to 100%, we get to 120%, 115%, and they see that if they almost stop altogether, we'll still make 100%, they would just drop and go work for some other network and pick them up. So it's to our credit that we not only make sure that we get everything to them, so it becomes the path of least resistance for them to bill for us, but that we go well over 100%. We also established a non-MCCF collection unit, which was more than paying for itself in terms of the 4 salaries, plus bringing in extra money that now goes to the VISN that we can distribute back to you by medical center. And as usually happens in the federal government, when you do something real well, they centralize it. So that unit's now, they come to our office, each of them 1 day a week, but otherwise they telework because now they work for CPAC. But, you know, we're pushing CPAC to make sure that that different way of collecting money also keeps us up. Because you're right, that money stays right here. It doesn't come to me at the network. It doesn't get redistributed. It is Eastern Kansas's money. So if we can maximize that by giving them clean bills on time, they pick them up and run with them. And we meet with them all the time, just to be sure that they understand the importance of it. And we go to Washington when we have to and talk with them. Vera is a good system except for one thing, the E part, which is equitable. That doesn't really apply to us. And as a small network, we don't win. We got a big raise this year, which is great. Florida got a very, very small raise. Their tiny little raise dwarfs in absolute dollars our substantial raise. We're one of the top percent raises in the country. But they're so big that, you know, if someone says, you know, I dropped the bag, it had 100 million in it, and they go, oh, don't worry about that, we'll pick it up tomorrow. You know, for us, that's a whole medical center. It just got funded with 100 million. They don't have a hospital with less than 100,000 enrollees. So that's why when we argue that for the small hospitals, we've got to exceed the goal in MCCF. You've got to let us do that. If Florida doesn't get it, they hardly notice. If they're 87% instead of 90, it just means less spending money. I mean, come on, have you been to Orlando? Anybody been to Orlando, VA? Wow, what a canteen. Sushi, pizza to order, a hot bar, sandwich bar. I mean, it's incredible. And it's like a mall. I mean, it's like a food court at a mall.
So that's where I'm from. Mission Act. This was 3-4 years ago. I went there and told them I was going to kill myself, and they gave me an appointment for the next month. Man, like, I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then I got home and I realized it was actually 13 months away. Was when they were going to talk to me about my mental health problems.
Yeah.
So, it's a big hospital, but there's a lot of people. And I think that's what the Mission Act is here for, like stuff like that.
Right,
Honestly.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yep. Let me ask, our C box. Anyone left in our C box? Do they have a question? All right, one last question if anyone has it, because I know we're right at there at the time.
Have a comment.
Yes.
Is there any way we can get the
the veteran suicide crisis hotline number sent on text faster to everybody so that maybe we can get more input in the telephone.
Absolutely. Great idea. We'll do that. Thank you so much, Bethany. Appreciate it. Great idea.
Are we gonna implement where when they call, they can just press the number to be automatically connected to the crisis line, like some facilities have?
Ooh, I thought we had that, unless that's changed.
Oh,
We'll check that out. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, there is a text option with the veteran crisis line. We'll check into that, Liz. Thank you so much.
Suicide, this is National Suicide Week. I attended a safety forum in Columbia a couple days ago where they talked about suicide. I actually did a ride-along with the Columbia Police Department on Wednesday night because police may be coming to the network. We may be supervising all of them, and that's 200-plus police officers, so I thought, let me see what the community does. In the ride-along, we answered a suicide. Fortunately, she was still alive when we got there. And then, of course, we had the incident this morning, so it's really on our minds. But one of the pieces of data from Columbia, and Sheena, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought it was like 35% of people who attempt suicide, if you can interact with them in 30 minutes, you have a chance to reverse it. Because it's a situation, and I'm not talking about everybody, but you could knock it down by 35% if we could just get someone to answer a phone and say, hang on there, we're gonna send help to you. We care, we wanna do something for you. Just a moment of pause. And that's the case with gun locks. You gotta unlock it, it gives you a moment of pause. Maybe you'll reach out to someone else. And that's what it is. I don't wanna say it's an impulsive behavior, but it's situational. People in counseling doing well, participating, go home, find out that the wife and children have left and are not coming back, they might harm themselves. So if you can give someone a moment of pause and let them know we care and we want to do something to help you, then we might be able to impact that a lot. So having that ability to immediately get to help
We'll check. Thank you.
and not have to go look up a number.
Yep. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. Thank you.
Her husband was for maintenance mechanic officer. Yeah.